Hello to everyone joining me today for this brief digital presentation on emerging pedagogies and new media available in the classroom. My name is Renee and I'll be speaking today about how we can use an eclectic range of Web 2 technologies to create engaging and relevant learning spaces for the development of critical, reflective, meaningful and metacognitive students. Firstly, I want to draw your attention to some of the policies and programs working towards developing globally aware citizens through the growing implementation of information and communication technology in the classroom. In 2008, the Ministerial Council on Education, Employment and Youth Affairs declared one of their goals as ensuring that all young Australians become successful learners, confident and creative individuals, and active and informed citizens. In light of this, advances in information and communication technologies are changing the ways people share, use, and process information and technology. In this digital age, young people need to be highly skilled in the use of ICT. While schools are already employing these technologies in learning, there needs to be an increase in their effectiveness significantly. There are three common misconceptions around emerging pedagogies and the implementation of ICT. Firstly, many believe that teachers fresh out of university are extremely tech-savvy and have an abundance of information and skills around emerging technological pedagogies. Secondly, on the other hand of the spectrum, many believe that teachers who have been in the system for some time are arrogant and fear the emerging technologies available, and so they neglect it in their practice. Thirdly, many believe that the resources are expensive. Circulating with the current issues of funding, many think that if they want to be innovative with their technological pedagogical practice, they will be taking it from the rest of the school's faculty's funding, or from their own pocket perhaps. These three issues are purely myth, and that stands as a barrier for innovative ICT implementation in the classroom. The Connected Classrooms Program in Action document states that 21st century schools require 21st century programs and educators capable of using 21st century resources and strategies for learning. In order to assist educators to become tech-savvy themselves, the New South Wales Department of Education and Training has a whole module on their portal website dedicated to tutorials on how to use and implement available technology, as do some of the websites I will be showing you shortly. Another support document that is useful is Michael Zimmer's Tools for the 21st Century Teacher, which can be viewed online or downloaded as a PDF. Here, he gives a brief overview of many social networks available and how they can be used in the classroom. Coming back to the Connected Classrooms program I mentioned before, the three key projects they are currently working on is to develop an interactive classroom, use effective learning tools, and develop a next-generation educational network. In order for this to happen, the project aims to equip every New South Wales public school with one interactive classroom, whether that may be the inclusion of an interactive whiteboard, video conferencing facilities, PC with internet connection, preloaded lesson creation or data collaboration software. They also want to enable online field trips and access to experts via video conferencing to enhance opportunities for collaboration with and between students, teachers and schools across the department, and finally provide necessary infrastructure to facilitate collegial support networks for teachers. These key ideas reflect Outcome 3 in the stages 4, 5 and 6 English syllabus, where it is required that students select, use, describe and are able to explain how different technologies affect and shape meaning. They are what will make students metacognitive, connected and digital citizens, to set them up as effective users and implementers of today's rapidly growing technology and to prepare them for the future and their lives beyond school. I want to first show you the idea of Twitter. Originally, Twitter was along with many other mediums of social networking has been used for social purposes, but it can also be used educationally. The main interest I have in using Twitter is that it allows students to have a conversation about the lesson at hand without interrupting as often or forgetting a question they may have by having to wait till the end of the discussion, especially if it's a lecture-style presentation. The Twitter feed can run along the side of the teacher's presentation and students can pose questions and discuss with one another while the teacher is still talking, allowing students to use the quality teaching element of problematic knowledge to be used to its full advantage, and students become metacognitive and self-regulated in their learning while practicing with the technology available. Another program I'd like to bring to your attention at the moment is Skype. Skype allows you to have video conferences and create groups, while individual voice or voice video calls with teachers, students, parents and department members or even experts can share information and ideas with your class. Remembering the Connected Classrooms program goal of having access to professional and interactive learning technologies, I've used this program and found it particularly helpful in my KLA of HSIE, where we have, as a class, looked at virtual tours of ancient cities and then had a question-answer video conference with specialist archaeologists and historians. I found that using the Connected Classroom, information is easier and more accessible for students, and it allows them to be more globally aware. Finally, I want to show you the educational site known as Edmodo. Edmodo is quite like Facebook in its layout, so students can use the format that is familiar to them already. Although Facebook could be used alone to create support groups between teachers, students and parents, I like the idea of Edmodo in that you don't have an abundance of personal information, videos or photographs, but it is purely an online educational space. It doesn't allow personal aside chats, which can be useful to eliminate cyberbullying and encourage a personal and collaborative learning environment where your class can share, explore, and work together on a forum dedicated to them. You can see here that the feed comes up and students can comment on and help one another. I have used this effectively in the past to share worksheets, questions, activities, assessment notices, rubrics, and so forth so that absent students can catch up on the work they've missed, and as a reference and a study guide for future revision for other students. To save paper too, students can send me their drafts and I can give them written feedback through programs Edmodo provides. They can also submit their assignments via Edmodo, again to save paper and have a digital receipt at the time and date they submitted their work. This program is not just exclusive to students, but teachers are available to communicate with one another, share and receive immediate feedback on lesson plans, units, ideas and resources for further development. If the idea of this all sounds quite daunting, Edmodo provides online tutorials for students, teachers and parents and is all available on their site. That's all I really have time for today. I'm sorry to cut this short, but if you have any further questions or would like to run through any websites with me, I'm happy to do so. I hope that you have taken on board the abundance of free technology we have available to us as teachers in the 21st century and will journey with me in the pursuit of implementing information and communication technologies effectively in the classroom to make today's teaching and learning meaningful and relevant to our lives today and in the future. Thank you.